Um, you know, I'm not a big fan of the season starting on March 18th, to be honest with you.
No.
And you know, we could talk about Mother Nature and the complications about starting so early because of Mother Nature, but that's not my issue with it. I'm a guy that's run full time, run every week, run for points. I did that a good 10 years of my career. And, you know, to be honest with you, my season started typically 1st to April, second weekend April, maybe the last weekend of March once in a while. But, you know, you burn out. You get to a point at some time, you know, you're in September, you're battling it out for the points championship, or you know, you're in a tight battle with somebody in the top 10 in points and you want it to get over, your money's low, you're tired, you've been staying up all week working on your car, then getting it to the track, you're taking every penny that you have, all the resources that you can come up with to make it through the season. Mike Johnson runs his track starting March 18th, and the final race is in October, if I'm not mistaken, right, Kurt?
That's right. Well, let's find out from Mike. Are you going to run to the end of October again this year, Mike?
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna run all year, and
Yeah.
of course we're crazy about racing. That's one reason. But
Right.
as a racetrack, we've got to get in as many shows as we can in the year because
No, I
you're going to
get
have
that,
rainouts. You're going to average at least 4 rainouts a year, if not more. And we're only, you know, in the racetrack business, you're only open so many times a year, and then you're off 5 or 6 months. So you've got to generate revenue to keep the doors open.
How do your racers feel about racing all those many nights during the year?
You know, most of our racers are hardcore racers, and they'd race all year round if you could, and myself included. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just love racing, and we haven't got any complaints about our schedule. But and here, look how nice February was. See, I should have started in February.
Yeah, you could have raced a couple of months ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know
yeah.
what I mean? I mean
Yeah.
the weather.
Well, hey.
The weather is so crazy.
Yeah. Well, Mike, this is Scott. I'm down here in Dallas. You know, I was just talking about that. For me, I'm not a big fan of starting in the middle of March. Now, I'm a guy that raced for points for years. And so by the time I got around September, I was burnt out, ready for this season to end because you're in the middle of a point battle. You either for the championship or somewhere in the top 10 in points. You want to make sure that you stay in the top 10 in points. There's a little added cherry on top of your season if you can do so. A lot of guys, be honest with you, are working men that they can barely afford to even race, let alone race from March through October. Now, let me be clear. You're not when you race through October. That's not point racing through October, is it? It cuts off earlier than that, doesn't it?
No, we race until the USRA stops points. So, yeah, it's still points.
I see.
And you accumulate track points as well, right? Right on through the end of the year?
Yes. Yeah, USRA points and track points. Yeah,
Well,
we've done that ever since we've been in USRA.
I'll tell you one thing, Mike, that you got going for you. Your track, the capital improvements, the fan count, the car count, I mean, it's really escalated since all you've concentrated on is I-35. When you were doing the Lakeside I-35 deal together, that's a tough assignment to operate 2 racetracks. But, man, it seems like upward and onward with the I-35 since you've just really concentrated on that.
I've always improved every year, and this year we've really upped the ante even more. We've got that huge sign on I-35, right on I-35. When you and I were kids, we used to see that I-70 sign all the time, and I always remember
Still
that.
do.
I always wanted it. Yeah, and I always wanted something like that, and we've got that now. We've expanded the pits even further this year. We've added more